Let me grab the feed from YouTube.
We definitely have a lot more energy.
I do?
Yeah, we both have more energy filming this.
Because it's earlier in the day. Yeah, it is kind of late sometimes, right? Like it's like we just got to sit down and just do this.
Yeah, like
especially when it gets to like 8 p.m.
Yeah, I don't really feel tired most nights until I get to bed. Then I'm tired. But last night,
I'm old.
Last night,
I get up around the same time as you, but
yeah,
I wear out earlier than you.
Last night, I got home from my class. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I got home from my class at 8:30 at night. My class got out at 8:20, from 5:30 to 8:20. And I woke up at 4:00 in the morning. That was probably one of the first times I've been tired.
Right.
Because that class is usually supposed to get out at 7:30. That extra hour of lecture was enough to put me over the edge, at least.
I feel that. Yeah, I get up like at 5, so I'm ready to start shutting it down at like 6:30, like eat dinner, go to bed. And so when we were taping at 8, I mean, I was ready. It was good to go, but that was kind of like a little bit out of my zone. Did you go home on your bye week?
No, sir. Stayed up here in Tallahassee, worked out a little bit, hung out. The family came up. I always feel bad, especially for bye weeks, because my family comes up to all the home games and they travel to all the games. But whenever they come up for a bye week, there's no real game for them to go to, and I don't really feel like doing much. So we really just sat around, watched TV, watched a bunch of football, and generally just had a good time. But still, it's a 4-hour drive, and I always feel kind of selfish.
Yeah.
For some reason, they still like me though.
I'm sure they do. All right. Let me pull this up. You good to go? Tell me when you're ready. No rush. What a crazy week of football. Well, I'll ask you on the show.
Join Josh Newberg and I on the Big Man Big Heart podcast to recap the LSU game and look forward to the Louisville game. Is that fine?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Man, I am hungry. I'm excited for pizza night.
What's going to be your go-to pizza tonight? What are you looking to grab a slice of?
Is your new header with a blue background?
Yeah.
Okay. I see it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a pepperoni guy. It's pretty basic, but that's how I like my pies, man.
Sounds good.
Buffalo chicken.
So you get a little crazy.
A little crazy. A little rambunctious. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right, here we go. Let me pull this up. StreamYard. There we go. All right. Here we go. Big Man, Big Heart. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Big Man, Big Heart with Dillan Gibbons. I am your host, Josh Newberg. This is episode 31. We're coming to you on a Wednesday evening. We are live on YouTube right now. Shout out to everybody watching. And if you are listening as a podcast on iTunes or Spotify, shout out to you too. We're back from break. We took a bye last week. Dillan, it felt really good going to that bye week 2-0, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did. Definitely a good change up. Played a lot of good football so far this season. The feelings and emotions after the LSU game were great, but we didn't get too emotional. I was really proud of our team and how we performed, but there's a lot to learn, right? We're still kind of getting some of the rest out of the gears, but moving forward, going through the bye week, we did a great job in preparing for Louisville. We're playing this Friday at 7:30 p.m., I believe. Going to be a great game. Going to be some great weather. So I heard it's going to be in the 60s, which I'm definitely looking forward to. We're very well prepared to play in the elements, but it's going to be nice to have a little change up and have some nice weather.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about the Louisville game. And by the way, Dillan, I'm going to be there.
Really?
I'm going to be at the game. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. I want to talk LSU real quick. We have to. Can you still believe how that game ended? 24-23, block field goal. I mean, that game, that you guys don't win that game last year. I don't care. Just the football gods don't allow you to win that game last year.
Yeah. Well, what I'll tell you is, I don't know, heading into end of the third quarter, I knew we were going to win the game. I had complete confidence in our team, from the first snap we played, that individually in the offensive line as a unit, we'd be able to block LSU. That wasn't, part of the question for me. I know a lot of people projected them having a great defensive line, us not being able to perform. But we went out there and we kicked some butt on the offensive line, dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And once, Jordan Travis got firing and our running backs and our receivers started, clicking on all cylinders, our defense did a great job in holding them up. I really didn't, think we'd have an issue. I was just wondering how we were going to win, to be honest, especially when you got there in the final critical moments. A lot of people, when you're faced that kind of situation with the score about to be tied or for LSU about to win, you would probably have doubt, right? You'd probably have doubt that we were going to lose or, get in this situation, big time pressure and all those great things happening in the background. I had complete confidence that we were going to win. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. And for me, I've never really been part of a game where one or two PATs or field goals were blocked. So it was absolutely crazy to see that. Crazy to see us dominate special teams the way we did. I think that's definitely part of the reason why we won. Just having that confidence behind the whole sideline, not necessarily knowing how we were going to win the game, but having confidence that we were.
Yeah, and it was an amazing game. You guys fought hard, but 2-0 bye week, a crazy weekend of football. Were you able to watch any of it?
We were, and I'll touch on the bye week too, man. Like I got to pep my step right now. I never really thought I'd be playing a season having 2 bye weeks. It's pretty cool. It's almost like having a COVID game like last year, where our team might have COVID, get the week off.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely amazing. We got a lot of good practices in during the bye week. One of the highlights, though, and something we kind of remarked on when we got back on Sunday, was having the ability to watch some football games. To be able to watch some teams we're going to be playing, some of our ACC opponents. Watching the Notre Dame game and a lot of other wonderful games out there. It was a cool experience, The only time you really get to watch other college football teams is either if you have a night game or you have a Friday game or whatever it might be. So it was nice to be able to watch a little bit of football, hang out with my family, and just generally relax for those 2 days we had off.
Before the bye week started, the offensive line, of course, going through adversity. Bless Harris out for the year. 2 of your transfers that you guys brought in are out for the year already. How have you guys handled that?
Yeah, so you talk about guys being ready, right? And that's the reason why I remarked on, I think, probably the first podcast we shot this year. Having a bunch of offensive linemen is great, but if you don't have guys that can actually step in and playing games, it doesn't matter. Right. If you don't have guys that have real experience at the position or, understanding the offense, understanding what's being asked of them, and accountability, to keep J-Trav up and create, lanes and holes for our backs. It was pretty cool to see 5 guys go out there in that field against LSU and 5 guys stay out there the whole time. And that's something that I take a lot of pride in, developing those relationships, developing the communication necessary to have 5 guys see it through one set of eyes. But I was really proud of the individuals that stepped up, not only Jazz that you saw out there, but the individuals behind him, our other backup tackles. and really just everybody, including our scout team, who gave us great looks all week. Facing LSU, we really didn't have much film to go off of. New defensive coordinator, new head coach, new coaches all over the board, right? So we could watch personnel from the seasons prior, but we couldn't really watch any scheme. And the scheme that we were watching was, from NFL tape to schools, film from back in like 2012, 2014. So it was pretty cool to be able to go out there, have preparation, and not only, it's great to prepare, but a team can go out there and run a completely different defense than you're expecting. But it was nice to know that our coaches are so diligent in the way that they, go through information and predict what defensive front, what blitzes, what exactly we're going to be faced with during a game, and what we're going to be seeing throughout the week on scout team. It's nice to see all that come together, right? Having a great strategic plan, having a way to attack the different pressures. And we did a great job. And not only just running our plays, we're pretty well known for counter, but also, having some checks to defensive pressures and things that we saw, on the line of scrimmage. So I was really impressed with our offensive line, our communication skills. That's something that's going to keep growing as we get those 5 guys out there and, continue to build quality depth here at Florida State.
Yeah, I think you guys have come just so far. Even before you arrived, the offensive line under Alex Atkins, when he arrived, was such a mess. Penalties, lack of ability, just lack of bodies that should be on the roster. And to see what you just said, to have the offense run so smoothly, there wasn't those back-to-back false start penalties. There wasn't, guys out of place. There wasn't somebody just getting blown up and the play doesn't even get off because the offensive lineman, didn't know his assignment. So I think that's a perfect way to describe it is just smooth. Like, you guys are actually running your offense now, not, the inability to get out of your own way at one point.
Yeah. And when you have those injuries and things like that happen within different position groups, you could be anywhere in the field. I think that for the first, game, maybe games, you might see a little bit of friction caused by that player being absent. But once that friction, starts rubbing together, corrections are made, and that turns into a fine, polished offensive line. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Again, just kind of getting everyone on the same terms, using the same words, and seeing it through one set of eyes, I think is the most important part. But yeah, a lot to learn from the LSU game. Played a good opponent, played some good defensive linemen, but it was nice to see that we had the capability, and again, we had the right plan to attack LSU and try to do our best to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, definitely one of the best offensive or defensive lines that you'll face, moving forward. I don't think you'll have at least that type of talent across from you. So we get through the bye week. Now we have a short week, Friday night in Louisville, Kentucky. This is a game, to go 3-0 would be a big step for this program, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and just to be able to go out there, it's an absolute blessing. To be able to go out there with the same group of guys and have some fun playing football. So we're real excited to get after it. Like I said earlier, we're excited for a little bit, cooler weather. It'll be a nice. Again, we'll probably add to the pep in our step already coming off a bye week. But there's definitely some electricity running through the team. Offense, defense, special teams. To have a little bit of success in our back pockets and just build on the confidence we already have. It's going to be really nice to be able to apply what we've learned from LSU moving forward into Louisville.
Yeah, and I can't wait to go. So on Sunday, I'm just sitting on the couch, and I moved to Nashville like 8 weeks ago. I'm not really good with the geography around me now because having lived in Florida for so long, I don't know where anything is. So for some random reason, I'm just sitting there and I Google like, where's Louisville from where I'm at? It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes from me. I'm like, I'm going to this game. So I got a couple friends going, and I was like, they have an extra ticket. So I'm going to drive in and drive out on Friday, but I'm really excited to be going. It'll be my first time in the stadium there in Louisville, but more importantly, I don't think I've seen FSU play in person since pre-pandemic. So this will be a lot of fun. I'll be sitting up in the stands, and I'm just going to have a blast.
Talk about pressure, man. I got Josh Newberg in person, live commentating my game.
Yeah. Hey, spaces from the stands, maybe
throw me down a phone.
Yeah. Just if you see me pop up on spaces during the game, please join.
So you're talking about like the geography, right? My mom also figured out the same thing, which is actually really funny. So they're going to be flying in, I guess, I believe tomorrow night. and they're going to rent a car and go back down to Nashville and fly out of Nashville because my mom loves Nashville.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, she'll have the whole weekend because it's a Friday night game.
Yeah, so you might, if you need a ride back, feel free to carpool.
All right, so Friday night in Louisville, it's going to be a fun game. Only game on Friday night under the lights. But does Jordan Travis seem kind of pumped because he is going up against his former team?
Yeah, I think he's done a good job in not only, like I said, controlling the way he plays. He plays the game. He plays football as a quarterback, but controlling his emotions. That's something big for everybody on the field, right? I think he's going to do a good job this week. Again, he's had a great week of preparation, just like everybody else on the offense. But he's not going to make it too big, too little. He only spent a little bit of time there. But at the end of the day, he has a great opportunity to play, Florida State football, and absolutely kick some butt this weekend. And the people that didn't necessarily have the confidence in back then to be able to show them exactly what he's put into this game, and exactly what he's made of.
I know you're focused on your routine, you're focused on the now, you're focused on the small details that get you through, but this is your last season. Do you ever stop and just try to slow it all down a little bit?
Yeah, I have a sign in my room. It's take time and smell the roses, right? Realize where you are and what you're trying to do. I know I focus on the details a lot. You just kind of pinpointed that. But for me, I wake up every morning. I think I'm writing my legacy right now. I'm writing who I'm going to be known as and who I want to be, right? Every single day, every action I take, every decision I make, every handshake, every hello, every good morning, every little task that I do, every person that I help, I'm writing my legacy. And that's something that always kind of centers me, right? As we move through life, it's really easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle. But if you focus on what's important right now, where you've been and where you want to go, I think that really helps you, get through the day to day and realize what's important.
Yeah, because you've been doing this for so long that you can get lost in those routines. You can get lost in the details, but this is also your final college football year. And they'll even, if you go on to play 12 more years in the NFL, there'll still be nothing like this.
Mm-hmm. Now, every morning I get up 4:00 in the morning, I'm heading down Gaines Street, bumping Biggie Smalls. I think about my life and I think about where I've been. I think about where I'm trying to go. And it's an amazing opportunity for me, right? To showcase what I put into this game, to showcase, all the hours and blood, sweat, tears that we've put together as an offense and as a team. But yeah, it's a great season, great start to the season. And again, I'm excited to see what we do to Louisville this weekend.
Yeah, I am too. Excited to see it in person.
All
right, let's move on from there. What is the latest going on with Big Man, Big Heart? I saw you signed a new NIL deal.
Yeah, so first starting with Timothy. Again, I got to see him 2 weeks ago at LSU. We'll be able to see him again this weekend. I think I've described it before, but he's going on a book tour, right? With this book called Rumble Buttercup. It's actually an actor wrote the book. It's a wonderful children's book. Talks a lot about perseverance and basically just getting through life and not necessarily following the same path as everybody else, but really just persevering through. So we've been able to raise a significant amount of funds to be able to afford a number of books for him to be able to give out. We've actually worked with the publishing group as well to donate a number of books. So he donated books while we were in Louisiana, and now he's donated books back up in Notre Dame, and now he's going to donate books while we're in Louisville. So every game that he's going to be traveling to this season, we're finding a children's hospital, specifically cancer research and a cancer hospital for children. To be able to give books back to. So we've had great success so far. Timothy's really looking forward to getting there this weekend. They usually show up a day early or stay a day late to be able to go to a hospital, pass out the books, and try to bring a smile to a kid's face and inspire them through his story, what he's gone through in his life. And again, Timothy, it's not like he's gone through this big moment in his life where everything's fine now. He's in continued care, and at the end of the day, just that, a kid that's going through so much, that has gone through, so many surgeries and so many different events in his life and gone through such a struggle, that has the ability to, think more than of other people than himself. To be able to take time out of his life, out of his, mind and everything that he's going through, to be able to think about other people and to think about a book that inspired him to get through some tough times, and to be able to share his story of what he's gone through and, exactly how we've been able to help him through Big Man, Big Heart. And it's absolutely incredible to see that. And again, whenever I see Timothy, I absolutely light up. But little things like this, I've heard about him giving back to other people, but to be able to have a direct interaction with Timothy and the Donovan family as they're going out of their way to help, raise money to be able to give these books that inspired Timothy so much to other kids, it's absolutely amazing. And again, just incredible to be a part of. And if anyone would like to donate, please check out bigmanbigheart.com. You can look through, and Timothy's one of our ambassadors now. So again, I'm so happy to have him on the team. So happy to be able to engage with his mind and help other.
You got kids. An NIL deal. That's pretty cool, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, everybody can go check that out at bigmanbigheart.com. All the information's there for anything that Dillan's got going on. Any other things that you're trying to accomplish this season through Big Man, Big Heart?
Yeah, so recently we actually struck a deal with Rising Spear, and again they've done a great job in supporting Florida State student athletes. I know they'll do a better job as we move forward through this uneven landscape that is name, image, likeness. I know that a lot more about it nowadays, and you've done an incredible job being able to analyze the situation. But Rising Spear's done a good job here at Florida State, and I can't thank them enough for taking an opportunity and supporting me and supporting Big Man, Big Heart, allowing us to utilize student athletes to go out in the community and help other underprivileged youth and individuals that are going through a struggle here in Tallahassee.
Yeah, that's great that you guys could finally link up. It only made sense that it was going to happen, but glad it did when it before the season began. Like I said before, go to bigmanbigheart.com. All the GoFundMe information is there. Everything Dillan's got going on, it's there. Go check that out. All right, before we get out of here, I know you guys got pizza night tonight.
Yep.
I remember you saying that sometimes you guys would order 4, sometimes 8 pies. What's your estimate for tonight?
Those are rookie numbers, Josh.
Oh, it's been up since then.
Oh, no,
How many pies tonight? Because I know you said you were hungry.
So shout out Gain Street Pies. Of course, they've done an incredible job and helping provide the amount of pizzas I'm about to say to the offensive line group. We go through probably 12 to 15, I would say. And these are pretty big pies. You ever been to Gain Street Pies?
They're big.
So,
I have been there.
And it really depends on who we have there. Sometimes we'll have the quarterbacks.
12? Who would need to be there for you guys to get 12?
Just the offensive line.
Oh, geez.
We ordered, I believe, 24 when I had the offensive line, some of the defensive line, and the quarterbacks there in the off season. So it was right around 24 pies, which is an incredible number of pizzas.
That's a great number. All right. Well, enjoy tonight. I'll see you Friday. You won't see me Friday, but I will be watching you on Friday night. So we'll talk next week, Dillan. Go Noles.
I look forward to it. And if anyone wants to see us at Gain Street Pies, we're there at 7:00 every Thursday. We're going to be there on Wednesday this week just because of the condensed week.
Right.
But 7:00 Thursday, Gain Street Pies. Feel free to come by and say hi.
All right, Dillan.
I look forward to seeing you, buddy, and connect with my parents. I'd love to see you after the game.
Yeah, I'll definitely shoot your dad a text.
I got you.
Let him know I'm there. All right. See you, buddy.
I'll see you, brother.
Bye.